People say there's a reason no one camps in Black Hollow Forest anymore. It's not just the biting cold or the howling winds that echo through the pine trees. It's what those winds carry. Whispers, screams, and sometimes the sound of something running. But it doesn't run like a man or an animal. It moves differently, like it doesn't belong here at all. My name is Caleb Miller. I'm a wildlife photographer, and I've spent the last 10 years exploring the remote corners of North America. But nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared me for what I encountered last November in northern Minnesota. It started with a news article. A group of hunters had gone missing near Black Hollow. All their gear was found at the campsite, untouched. Campfire still warm, no signs of struggle, no tracks leading away, just gone. The only thing the search party reported hearing was a strange scream in the woods, long, shrill, and inhuman. That's what pulled me in. I wanted answers. I thought maybe I could document something rare, an undiscovered predator maybe. But what I found was something no lens could ever truly capture. I arrived at Black Hollow on November 17th. Snow had just started to fall, blanketing the forest in silence. My phone had no signal and I was miles from the nearest town. Just me, my gear, and the trees. By day, the woods were peaceful. I tracked moose and deer, even caught a glimpse of a gray wolf. But as the sun dipped behind the hills, the forest changed. It started with sounds, crackling branches far too heavy to be falling snow. Breathing, not mine, just beyond the tent walls. And once, something scratching the outer fabric of my tent. But when I burst out with my flashlight, nothing was there. No prints, just wind. On the third night, I set up a trail cam. I was determined to capture whatever was lurking in the woods. I baited the area with meat and set the cam to record overnight. What I saw the next morning still haunts me. At 2:43 a.m., something entered the frame. It was tall, well over 7 feet, gaunt, with pale gray skin stretched over its bones like leather. Its limbs were too long, its joints bent in unnatural ways, and its eyes, they glowed, not reflected like animal eyes. They glowed, a soft, sickly yellow. And the worst part? Its mouth hung open like it was screaming, but there was no sound, just silence. I deleted the footage, not because I wanted to, but because after watching it, I felt something was watching me, from behind, from the shadows of my cabin, from the cracks between the trees. That night I didn't sleep. Around 3 a.m. I heard something circling the tent, slow, deliberate. My heart pounded so loud I thought it might give me away. Then it stopped, silence, followed by a whisper. Caleb. My name, not shouted, whispered, like wind through broken glass. I couldn't move, I couldn't scream, I just sat there, frozen in the dark. Suddenly, the tent collapsed inward. Something had pushed on the fabric, hard. I grabbed my flashlight and slashed it on, only to see nothing. No footprints, no trails, just that name echoing in my ears. I packed up and left at first light. But here's the thing. Even after I left Black Hollow, it didn't feel like I was alone. The dreams started almost immediately. Always the same. Me, standing in the forest, snow falling, and that thing in the distance, watching, smiling, whispering. Then, 3 nights later, I woke up with claw marks on my back, deep, like something had tried to dig into my skin. I went to the ER. They said it could have been sleepwalking, or self-inflicted, but I don't sleepwalk, and I sure as hell didn't claw myself. A week passed. I tried to move on, but then I got a message, an anonymous email. You saw it, didn't you? No name, no context, just a link to a private forum. A thread titled Wendigo Sightings, Minnesota and Beyond. Dozens of stories, people describing the same thing I saw. Same eyes, same voice, same feeling of being followed long after leaving the woods. That's when I knew it wasn't over. It had marked me, and I'm not alone. In fact, if you've listened this far, maybe you've heard it too. A whisper when you're alone. A shape in the trees that vanishes when you blink. They say the Wendigo chooses who it follows. It's not random, it's hungry. And once it knows your name, you're never really alone again. I haven't been back to Black Hollow, I never will. But last night, I found claw marks on my window, and the snow outside had no footprints. Just one long drag mark, like something had crawled up to the glass. And this morning, I found something else, etched into the frost on the window. One word, soon. If you felt a chill while listening to this story, you're not alone. Have you ever experienced something similar? Tell us in the comments. And make sure to subscribe to Ghost Story 2.0 for more real, terrifying encounters from the shadows of America. We're just getting started.